just to talk about your situation, how you're feeling in relation to pension situation or in relation to other things, because obviously, you know, we still are in lockdown, I think. And that's difficult. So lots of things going on, and I'm sure that everyone's got their own thoughts, their own ways of dealing with things. And some of you might be finding it really easy and, you know, you've got used to it a bit, or some of you might be finding it still really, really hard. I'm concerned because my daughter lives in Leicester. I've been hearing on the news today that Leicester may be placed in lockdown. So I'm just wondering, ladies, is anyone on here from Leicester? And if they've got an up-to-date situation on that, will Leicester be in lockdown or will it not? So if anyone's got any information, do let me know. Hi, Janet. Hi, Sue. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Christine. Hi, Jenny. Julia. Hi. Goodness me, so many of you. Karen, hello, everybody. Hi, Sue. I'm gonna have to keep scrolling down on my computer because it's not keeping up to date with you all, guys. So I do apologize in advance, okay? And if I miss you, and thank you, Pauline, for letting me know, and Laura and Janet, that you can hear me. That is so good to know. And obviously, I'll keep an eye on your comments as we go through. So I'm just going to try and scroll down a bit in relation to what I said about Leicester. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Jackie. Angie, hi. Oh, God. Honestly, don't you think, ladies, this is a right little family that we've got here? That's the one thing about Back to 60 that I love. It is just such a family. There is that real togetherness that's been created by everyone that's part of it. You know, it's not just Joe, it's not just the admins, it's everybody, every single one of us has created this wonderful environment. It's absolutely fantastic. Anne's in Stockport, hello, Anne, Rosie, Carol, hi, trying to say hello to you all. So ladies, I managed to get on last night when you were all having a chat, and that was really interesting. And then my feed stopped as well, and I understand that the live feed stopped generally, so that was really a shame because it was really interesting. So hopefully I'll be able to log into a few more, because I'm desperate to listen to Jackie and to David and everybody else. I'm absolutely desperate to listen to you all. So I have to get a list off Jo, and she can tell me when everybody's appearing, and then I can tune in as well. Hi, Lizette. Hi, Jill. Hi, it's lovely to see you all. Honestly, it's absolutely fantastic. So, ladies, I kind of really, it is Jill. Jill's just saying it's a lovely family of sisters, and that's what it's like. But, you know, we've got brothers as well, haven't we? Really supportive brothers. I mean, I can't believe the number of men that are supportive, because I think back in the day, there used to be a kind of like, sorry for any men that are listening in, there was a bit of an arrogance about men, you know, generally towards women and things like this. You know, women shouldn't be fighting for certain things and they shouldn't really have opinions. But you know, hell, well done, men, because they have changed so dramatically. And now it's like they're so supportive. How fantastic is that? And that's what we need. You know, you leaders need that. Hi, Anita. Karen, why prior to a return to work for some are so many ignoring the lockdown advice, and shouldn't we be more careful? Oh my God, don't get me started, Karen. I mean, who's confused besides me by what you're seeing and hearing on the news? Okay, because on the one hand, it's like, okay, let's get things moving. And I get, you know, that businesses need to make money, because if they don't make money, if they don't operate, we don't have jobs, etc., 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 and so it goes on. However, we're then told that the rate of new infections is still really high. Okay, that isn't really decreasing. And furthermore, you know, every other day or so, the rate of deaths is going up again. Is it really the right time? Are we actually safe right now? Should the government be reducing lockdown as much as they are? I'm not convinced, but I want to know what you ladies think. Hi, Maz. Hi. How are you, sweetheart? Lovely to have you on here. And Anne, hi. So give me some thoughts, ladies. really want to know what you're thinking about this, because I think it is really relevant to all of us, actually. You know, it really is. How safe are we? How safe are we if we walk out of our front doors? Because even if we take precautions for ourselves, um, you know, does it make us safe? I'm not 100% certain. I can't believe the kind of social gatherings that I've seen on the news and on the internet. I mean, my goodness me, mass parties, demonstrations, etc., etc. I mean, we understand, don't we, ladies, better than anyone about how we need to demonstrate peacefully. But my God, at least back to 60 do it safely. And I really do question about people being out there and demonstrating to get their voices heard and absolutely taking no safety precautions whatsoever. I find it absolutely shocking because then they risk passing it on to other people. Let me just scroll down a minute. Hang on a second. Okay, so here's this. Somebody's back at work tomorrow in retail and they're nervous. Well, absolutely. I'd be nervous as well. I'm hoping that your employers have got correct social distancing in place. And if that's the case and you take steps to look after yourself, then fingers crossed, I'm sure you'll be fine. But I think it's the psychological anxiety, isn't it? That's what really does it. That is what is really alarming us. It's very difficult to get around that. Katrina from Swansea, hi. Jackie in the Wirral, Rosie in Castle Bromwich, Jill from Melton Mowbray. Hi everyone. I love the fact that like we're also geographically diverse. We're all over the place. This is absolutely fantastic. And Jill from Melton Mowbray, have you heard about the Leicester lockdown? Will it or won't it happen? Let me know if you've got any updates on that because it'd be really interesting to know. Right, let me just scroll down again, ladies. Sorry, let's have a look. Okay, Sheila's from the East Midlands and worrying about the COVID spike in that area. Karen, we get mixed messages. Hello, Adele. Joan, let's have a look at last year's message, Joan. Joe from Cheshire. Hi, Joe. And also Ginny, also works in retail. Ginny, you haven't said how you feel. How are you feeling about it? Are you worried? Are you okay? Because everybody feels differently. Sheila, the threat of lockdown. Margot, hello, hi. Gosh, it's so good to have you all on here, ladies. And listen, like I'm here to try and like make you feel better, okay? And make you feel positive, all right, about next month. Because my God, have we come so far, ladies? Think about this journey that we've all been on together. How far have we come? It's absolutely amazing. You know, against the odds, against what people were saying, oh, they've got no hope, etc., etc., etc. I mean, I think we've shut a few people up along the way, haven't we? There's still the odd ones that can't help but say negative things. But you know what? The most important thing is not what they say. It's about what you think. And it's about keeping you positive and believing in everything that you've been campaigning for, okay? To get back your full pensions, nothing less will do. Full restitution, nothing else. That's what you've been fighting for, okay? And next month, you know, let's hope that we get that for you. I personally am feeling really, really positive. Excuse me 1 minute. I'm feeling really, really positive. I think that, you know, you've got such a great legal team. You've got a great campaigning team leading you, the experts that you've got on hand. I mean, my goodness, what a wealth of knowledge and capability this group has. It's absolutely staggering. You know, this group has riches beyond belief in terms of people and the moral high ground, of course. Right, let me just have a look. More people worried about the threat of lockdown, absolutely. Yeah, Ginny says she's thinking of all the ladies returning to work. And yeah, I think it's important to discuss this, ladies, because I know it isn't the case for everyone, and Rosie's saying and Julia's saying, confused by government advice. Very George Orwell's 1984. Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is it. There's no clarity of information, is there, ladies? But then again, we know that the government don't like to be clear, do they? Not unless they're absolutely forced to be. And even then, it's like sort of like getting blood out of a stone. So should we be surprised that they're not being transparent? Probably not. I think the one thing that Johnson does say that is true is it's down to us as individuals to be responsible and look out for ourselves. And I think that's probably the only thing he said that I actually take any notice of. But yeah, Julie, I completely agree with you. I think everybody is confused. Jenny, we shouldn't be going back to work. It is unfair. Absolutely, Jenny. I mean, you could argue that if women of retirement age choose to go to work, great, that should be up to them. However, having to be forced to go back to work, and especially now, especially in this situation, it's horrific. It's like you're being dumped on and dumped on and dumped on over and over and over. I mean, how much are you ladies meant to cope with? But you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing absolutely brilliantly. I mean, the fight that I see just from these messages, you know, you're all there, you're fighting, you're going to give it your all. Sue Eaglestone, it's very confusing. Just had a letter about shielding ending in August. Just 1 minute, Sue. I just need to scroll down the rest of your message. So why are we being told we can meet up and go out? It's scary. Absolutely. And Mandy, my office decided to move everyone around to different desks this week. I'm off sick and won't return until they take it seriously. Denise, I was 65 in June, still working. Helen Ford, we're going to win. Absolutely. That's the spirit, Helen. This is what I want to hear. Okay, positivity, positivity, positivity. Because the only time to be negative, ladies, is if you've got a reason to be. And right now, you have no reason to be negative at all. Joanna, I believe the government has abdicated its duty of care to the over 60s by ignoring the WHO recommendation. Yeah, absolutely, Joanna. I think you've got a really good point there. And I think a lot of people are aware of the fact that our government simply appears not to have taken whose guidance and advice on board, nor even that of other countries. I mean, I remember Italy being very supportive and being on our news channels and telling us what to expect and that we needed to act now, and yet every single thing was ignored. I mean, you can't help but believe that in this country, you know, whichever government you have, there is an arrogance that abounds, a refusal to listen, a refusal to be advised. They will not be told what to do. They will do what they want to do. And God help the rest of us that it impacts upon. Adele, I think a risk of second wave needs to be taken more seriously. Absolutely with you on that. Christine's, it seems to be decreasing in Scotland, but I still feel scared. Yeah, absolutely, Christine. I mean, it's great, and I'm really pleased for anyone in Scotland. Absolutely fantastic. You know, that is such good news. But again, Nicola Sturgeon has handled the situation rather differently to Boris Johnson. The lockdown, you know, the undoing of the lockdown has been much more incremental. There hasn't been this sort of bull as a china shop approach by Nicola Sturgeon as much. And clearly it's paying off. However, will it stay stable for any period of time? We have to see, because the more people start moving around and traveling, you know, the more likely is it could spread again and take off again. So we've got to watch it carefully. But yeah, I absolutely agree. It is a huge concern. And what I kind of like to know, ladies, is that, okay, so that we know that you're worried and we know that you're scared. But how does this affect your everyday lives? I mean, you know, if you needed to go out, would you go out? Unless you're forced, would you make that choice to go out of your front doors or not? Or do you generally feel safer staying in until something is announced on the news like coronavirus is gone, which I think won't be for some time? I just wondered how many people have been forced into going out, whether it's because of work or not, it doesn't really matter. But are you feeling forced into going out from your house? I think a lot of people are. I think the pressure is really being put upon us now, mainly because money talks. And, in relation to businesses, they are putting pressure on the government to, get businesses up and running, get the workforce back, etc., etc. My stance is that, yes, I completely appreciate that, but I do think that if people can work from home, they should be allowed to without any worry of any repercussions or any penalties at all. I think if they feel safe, that is what they should do. I do have worry. Hi, Bev. Hi, Staffordshire Morlands. Hi, lovely to see you. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Maz, I have no underlying conditions except my family protecting me. I've not left my home in North Lincolnshire since before lockdown. I'm too anxious now to leave home. Too much, too little, sorry, too little, too late, and now too much too soon. Yeah, absolutely. I think this is it, isn't it? Even if you haven't got underlying conditions, because let's be honest, okay, we all know that as you get older, you might be more susceptible to being more poorly more often. But it doesn't mean that everybody is. So a lot of people are actually perfectly healthy in this age group that we're talking about. However, even they are scared about going out. And, I can't help but agree with you on that one. Christine, yes, we were dismissed as usual. We will show them. Sheila, this then increases fear in those who are shielding. Helen Ford, we all feel strongly about our cause. Julia, this is fabulous to hear such positive things. Chris, hi Chris. Wish I was Scottish or Welsh. Christine, we could not have done it without the Back to 60 group. Okay, you know what? Yeah, there always has to be a nucleus, doesn't there? And the nucleus in this case is most definitely in relation to the getting your pensions back, ladies, most definitely back to 60. This is the big voice. This is the campaign machine that is the vehicle for getting you the justice that you deserve, okay? So stick with it. And like I said last time, okay, you're all brilliant at creating that positivity amongst each other. So carry on doing that, yeah? Support each other. Excuse me, my voice is going. Support each other, be there for each other, pick each other up, because you're all going to have days when you're up there and you're all going to have days when you're down there, yeah? And the thing is that you can all get together and support each other through those days. That's the most constructive thing you can do in the run up to next month and your important day, because my God, it's important. Just go back to the messages. Rosie agrees, too little, too late. Ginny, I live in Cornwall and fear the influx of visitors. Actually, that's a really interesting point, Ginny, because I don't think there's many people that could not have seen the images on the news and the reports on the news about people traveling to tourist destinations. And whilst I completely understand that, people are fed up with being incarcerated, especially those that live in flats or don't have gardens, it must be incredibly, incredibly tough for those people. However, we need to keep everybody safe, and we can't do that when people are converging into spaces and putting themselves and everybody else at risk, plus upsetting the local communities that have to live there and clear up the rubbish afterwards. I mean, my goodness, the rubbish, have you seen it? It is beyond believable. I find it incredible to think that people do not have the basic manners to either take their litter home or put it in the bin. I mean, grass areas, beaches covered with rubbish. It's just not right. Okay, Peter, I really look forward to the live feeds. They're so uplifting. That's great. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. Chris Gibbons, could unions help protect the 50s women? Good point, Chris. I'm not the best person to ask on that. I would have thought Davina, Jackie, Joe, they would be best placed. I don't know. Joe, Davina, Jackie, if any of you are on here and you can comment on that about unions helping 50s women, that might be the case. I mean, I know Unison have been involved, haven't they, Joe? They have given their support. But how much individual assistance there is for 50s women, I've no idea. I'm really sorry that I can't answer that, but somebody else will, Chris, okay? So raise it on the group feed, perhaps. I'm sure someone will get back to you. Claire, I've been called back to work while younger colleagues have not. Okay, that is really interesting, Claire. What do you think the reason for that might be? Is it because your job means that you have to be in the physical workplace? Or if it isn't that, what is it? Have you asked your employers why that might be? And I realise that can be difficult. People don't want to necessarily speak up and question their employers at this moment in time, but actually, that's the one thing that we do have to do. We've got a voice, let's use it and find out the answers. Ask the question and let me know what they say. There needs to be robust personal assessments, absolutely. Janice, sorry, these messages are going really fast, so I'm trying to keep up. Janice, holiday makers are swamping Cornwall right now. We only have one hospital. Yeah, that is a real worry, because obviously the people that converge on your areas, they go back home. Again, if they become ill, they're probably ill in their local hospitals. However, what does that mean for the population of these areas that are affected? Does your local hospital have the capacity? What is the capacity? Can it cope? Can it not cope? If it can't cope and it's known it can't cope, what contingency measures have been put in place? Might be worth asking your local MP these kinds of questions and find out what measures are in place for the protection of local residents like yourself. You deserve to know. Laura, what a roller coaster we've all been on. Absolutely. But Laura, hasn't it just been the best fun, don't you think? I personally have really enjoyed it. Listen, we're going to have bad times, yeah? But you know what? The good times far outweigh it. And the fact that we're all together, this sense of family, okay, we can overcome anything. Nothing stopped us yet, and nothing will stop us in the future. Lydia, I've never wished my life away, but roll on next year. Getting my pension I've worked hard for and I'm still working for. Absolutely, Lydia. And to everybody else who's getting their pensions this year or next year, I mean, my God, ladies, you've had to wait, haven't you? You've more than earned it. And yeah, I bet it can't come soon enough for you. Marita, hi Marita. 66 in January, still on furlough. Worried about losing my job because if we don't win, I have to work even next year as well and I can't afford to retire. Marita, I absolutely get your concerns. They're perfectly valid and understandable. But what I would say to you right now, Marita, is focus on the here and the now. Focus on next month and what's going to happen next month. And if you need to worry about anything else after that, then obviously the Back to 60 family are here to help you and support you and guide you, okay? There is a plethora of knowledge within this group, and there will be people here for you. So please just try and focus on the here and now. Don't think beyond that, okay? Deal with it when you need to, because all it does is it compounds the stress that you're already feeling, the anxiety that you're already feeling. So what I'm saying to you is help yourself to reduce that stress and that anxiety. And one way of doing that is not thinking about what might be, but think about what is right now, okay? And what's going to happen next month. I'm feeling positive about that and how far that we've come. That's where we need to be focusing right now. Katrina, sorry, sweetheart, your message has just vanished. I do apologize. Okay, Karen, I'm determined to stay positive. Ladies, negative thoughts don't help our immune systems. We are all at risk. We do have so much in our favor. And Karen is absolutely right there, ladies. Look, yeah, we've all got negative things going on in our lives, okay? That is life. That is life. It's the way it is. We have the good stuff. We have the bad stuff. Yeah, this is part of the bad stuff. But with it, you know, it's real good stuff. Look at all the connections you've made. Look at this family you've joined, the friendships you've made from this, people you would never ever have spoken to in your lives. You know, you've got real trusted allies here, people that can help you get through anything. Yeah, and that is a real big positive. You don't often get the chance to have this level of support in life. So actually, ladies, you're blessed. Margaret, in Glasgow. Hi, Glasgow. We were celebrating the news that Scotland is doing well in relation to coronavirus. So congratulations. It's really great news. And I hope you're well as well. Okay, let's have a look. Sheila stays home. Jan, I've only been in the garden since March. Yeah, Jan, I think a lot of people are like that. And look, but there's a positive, Jan. You might think, oh, I've only been in my garden since March. What about the people that don't have a garden, Jan? Think about it. How blessed are you? Because how many millions of people are stuck in flats or high-rise blocks, okay, and have no recreational facilities, no space whatsoever? My God, we realize how lucky we are. Julia, I feel safer staying in, but live alone and desperately lonely. That's a really good point, Julia, about loneliness. And, you know, we're hearing that a lot at S.O.S. About people feeling lonely, mainly because of the isolation, obviously. But what I would say is that you might feel lonely, but you aren't alone. And I know I keep saying this about this group, but you know, you have friends on here, and I encourage you, really encourage you all to interact with each other because you find support. I mean, you can do this, you can chat like live on Facebook to each other, you can Zoom, you can WhatsApp. You know, there are so many ways, and this is another way in which we're so lucky. So many ways to keep in touch, not just that you can hear, you know, but you can actually see who you're talking to. Yeah, it's not the same as physical interaction. We realize that. But hey, you know, it's really good given the challenge that we're facing right now. So make the most of it, yeah? And I think sometimes what we all have to remember, it's very easy to feel the anxiety and the loneliness and the isolation to really get on top of us all. And it's very difficult for us to take that step and reach out to somebody else. But I think, you know, at least once a week, try and do that for yourselves. Yeah, so if you're feeling particularly lonely, reach out, pick up the phone, get on WhatsApp, video calling, do something positive to help yourself. You'd be surprised how your mood level can increase all the better. Okay, so it's all about you taking control. You do have more control over the situation than you think. Okay, you are not powerless, but you just have to be willing to reach out. Okay, Susanna, I'm in Cornwall in hospitality, back to work this week. I'm a bit worried, but I need to work. Absolutely, Susanna. I was quite surprised that the hospitality industry was going back so quickly. But nevertheless, it is. So I suppose we'll have to see how that unravels. But I can understand why you have your concerns, and I hope again that your employers toe the line in relation to social distancing, excuse me, and safety measures, not just for its staff, but for its customers as well. So do let us know how you find this. And that goes for everyone that's returning to work over the next week or so. Let the group know how you've got on. What did you find easy? What did you find difficult? Was it better than you thought? Was it worse than you thought? You know, let's have your feedback because, you know, we need to talk about these things. It's only by talking about these things that we can help ourselves get through these situations and help others as well because we're sharing our knowledge and our information with them. Karen, my everyday routine is to stay at home unless absolutely necessary. I'm happier in control of my routine. Absolutely. Sorry, your messages just vanished, Karen, before I finished the rest of it. But absolutely, and this is what I mean. You do have control. And I think in this kind of situation, you know, when there's so much information coming out from the government and through the media, it can be very difficult and very confusing. And you can sometimes feel like you have no control at all. You feel completely out of control. But the truth is, you do have control. You do not have to do anything that puts you in danger. You do not have to do anything that puts you at risk or that you believe puts you at risk. Okay, you have valid arguments for not doing things. So make sure you retain that control, ladies. It's very, very important. Um, Jill, I'm feeling positive because of the support. That's great. Well done, Jill. I'm pleased to hear it. But is worried about people's mental health, which can lead to the beginning of Alzheimer's and other mental illnesses. Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, the main point of all of these Facebook feeds is to try and share information with each other, and to give out a strong message of hope, because that is what I truly believe is needed, and I believe it's perfectly justified. However, you know, we do also have to talk about the fact that many people are impacted by emotional well-being challenges right now, and COVID has unfortunately sort of given you a bit of a double whammy, really, because you have the pensions issue, now you have the COVID issue. That's a hell of a lot of us to digest psychologically, and a great deal for us to cope with and work through. It's a bit like you're stuck in mud or treacle, and you know, you're not sure, you can't quite move forward, you don't really know how to get through this, you don't understand necessarily how you are feeling, and you certainly don't know how to get out of feeling the way you're feeling. And it's really, really difficult. But what I would say, ladies, is, and this is to everyone, okay, and you don't have to be experiencing feelings of suicide. I must say that SOS Silence of Suicide is not just about people that have feelings or thoughts of suicide, okay? We're talking about emotional well-being in general, okay? So on our website at the moment, there is a link to something called a safety plan. Now, I have put it out on social media a couple of times over the last week or so. And I think that for some people that have been in touch with me, and some of you on here as well, a safety plan is a really, really great thing to do, okay? Because you can write down things that help you and make you feel better, as well as important contact numbers and important information. So, for example, ladies, whoever you're really chatty and friendly with within the Back to 60 family, okay, on this safety plan, you write down their names and their numbers, okay, and what times of day and night you know that they don't mind you speaking to them, that they're available, okay? You can write down things like that, things that generally make you feel better. So even though you're going through a crap time right now, okay, what things did you used to like to do that you might start doing again that might make your mood lift a little? Gardening, cooking, reading, writing, dancing, researching. The list is absolutely endless when you think about it. So a safety plan is to write down all of these things that help you. And again, referring to what other people have said about having control of the situation, a safety plan gives you control over how you deal with your emotional well-being. Okay, so do have a look at the website. Okay, it's under the home tab, information, and you'll be able to click on the link that takes you to a safety plan, which you can download and fill in, or you can fill in online, and it's all perfectly safe, okay, and protected and secure. Just a thought. Okay, Nightingale Hospital London coming to Cornwall. Second spike of COVID. Yeah, hi Ginny. Yes, these Nightingale hospitals. Actually, I've kind of lost track a bit with the Nightingale hospitals. I mean, how many are we up to right now, and whereabouts are they? What's everybody's thoughts of them? Did we need them? Will we need them? I'm just wondering what you're all thinking about that. Mandy, hi Mandy. 14 months till I can retire. I am worn out and scared like so many others. Absolutely. I mean, that is something we haven't really touched on tonight, ladies, isn't it? And that is tiredness. You know, I mean, It's bad enough generally now at the moment. You know, people are feeling tired. The psychological strain on all of us makes us feel a little bit exhausted. But as we get older, that is more difficult to cope with. You know, we can't just like spring back to life, can we? Like when we were 21. Although I'm not sure I was doing it even then. But anyway, you know what I mean. So yeah, tiredness is a big factor here. And the thing is, I think we all need to make sure that we get plenty of sleep. Sleep is a great way to improve our mood and to make us feel better and more able to cope. So ladies, if you're not sleeping, speak to your GP, do some research online through maybe the NHS, reputable sites, yes, where you might find some alternative therapies to help you get the rest that you need, which in turn will help you cope with all the issues that you've got to deal with right now. So do look into that. Sleep is important. Okay, a couple of messages going on, right. Jenny replying to Julia. I live alone. The last 3 months I've had 4 walls on the phone. Thankfully, my kids have kept me sane. Stay strong. If you need help, ask for it. My goodness me. And there we have it, ladies. The key to it. If you need help, ask for it. Okay? So you can ask each other. You can come to S.O.S. You know, we've got the online chat going between 3 and 6 every single day, including weekends, okay? It's confidential, it's free, it's one-to-one, it's not a group scenario, okay? So nobody else, you know, can see what you're writing to me. All right, so it's perfectly safe. But again, like I say, if you prefer to keep it within the confines of the Back to 60 group, that is fine. There are people on this group that want to help and that can help. So do reach out, okay? Nothing to be ashamed about. Ladies, you've had to deal with a lot. Women historically have had to deal with a lot. Women historically have had to fight for the right for so many things, just to be recognized as individuals within society. It's been fight, 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 okay? We're used to it. We can do this, ladies. We can get through this. And I think I said last time I was on, you have a strength that you probably would never have imagined. Maybe you still don't even recognize it, I don't know. But trust me, you're strong beyond your wildest dreams. And keep that thought in mind. Marita, thank you, Yvette. We will win. Absolutely. That's the positive message I want to hear. Thank you, Marita. Absolutely. Okay. Something about unions there. So I can see Chris and Karen having a bit of a conversation. So if there's any more information on unions that anyone can share with the rest of the group, because some people have asked, that would be great. Thank you very much. In how they can perhaps assist individually the back to 50s ladies. Let's have a look. Risk assessments as individuals should be done. Speak with your union rep. And again, back to the littering of beauty spots and beaches. Christine, I cannot believe that people leave the place in such a mess. No, absolutely, it's pretty shocking. And for anyone watching this that is guilty of that, shame on you. You know better than that. Come on, guys. Okay, Mandy, in my office they said they don't do risk assessments anymore. Okay, well, I think one thing you can do, ladies, to ensure your own safety at work and to ensure that your employers are complying is maybe do some online research, okay? Go onto the government website and find out if employers are meant to be doing the risk assessments. If they're not meant to be doing risk assessments, find out exactly what your employers should be doing to ensure the safety of themselves and you as their employee. And check the facts out. So arm yourself with the information, and then if you feel that the workplace is not as safe as it could be, then obviously present the information you've got to your employer and constructively have a chat with them about how you can work together to ensure it's as safe as it should be during this current crisis. Okay, Jan, she's thankful for her garden. I'll bet, absolutely. We're lucky, aren't we, Jan? Those of us that have got a garden, we are so lucky right now. Um, okay, Julia, having got through everything since March connected to COVID, I'm feeling so much older and physically less capable of doing the long days back at work. Julia, I'm really sorry to hear that. And I think, you're not going to be the only one. I think psychologically and physically, women are being asked to do too much. They've always been expected to do too much. But, we're mothers, we're grandmothers, we're daughters, we're sisters, we're workers, we are the family unit, we're the core of the family in a lot of instances. And women are expected to do so much and they contribute so much to society, but it takes its toll. And I don't think the risks on women's emotional well-being are necessarily thought about as much as they should be, because certainly we have huge burdens and huge weights to carry, and perhaps that needs a little bit more recognition. Maybe then women might be treated with more of the respect that they deserve, and not subjected to horrendous and discriminatory government policies like the pensions one. Katrina, amazing women that's already lived most of their lives. Time we had a rest to enjoy the remainder without all of the worries. Absolutely, Katrina, spot on. Exactly what we've been saying. You do. There comes a time when people deserve a rest to enjoy the fruits of their labours, to sit back and relax, to enjoy their families, to enjoy everything around them, to enjoy being alive. Okay? That's what you should be doing. And yet, right now, you can't necessarily, because of the worries you have brought about primarily because of government's pension policy and the deferral of the state pension age. So I'm absolutely with you on that. Elaine, my husband is still working full time. He is 68. He can't finish until get my pension next June. Yeah, thanks for that. That is really important that men, and like I was saying at the very beginning of tonight, men are being so supportive to this campaign and to women individually. And what would we do without them? I mean, the majority of them are being absolute bricks. They are really holding a lot of you women up. And it's not necessarily fair on them either when they've got to go out and continue working, maybe past their retirement age, or maybe when they wanted to retire but now can't, because they have to support their wives. I mean, it is absolutely shocking. So I would just like to congratulate and say thank you to all the men that are being supported. It's important that they are recognised as well. The fight is the women's, but the men are very much joining in the battle. So thank you very much. Okay, Michaela, as a woman officer for Caerphilly branch, I can say that they are 100% supportive of Back to 60. Yeah, but well, that's Back to 60. So is Wales Regional. Gloria Mills, National Equality Officer, and Dave Prentice have stated their support in full. So did Len McCluskey at Unite. Well, here you go, ladies. Here's some information coming through about the support that we're getting. So that's great stuff. Really nice to hear that. Let's have a look. Christine, it should be more. Where did our money go, and how can that be justified? Well, listen, Christine, hopefully we'll get answers to everything. Okay, where's your money gone? Why didn't you have it? Okay, let's have some transparency. Let's have honest answers. Okay, let's hope that we get all of this next month. Joanne, we love your SOS work, Yvette. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, sweetheart. Yeah, I must stress, ladies, okay, we are here for you. All right. We're not going to advise you or get you to change your opinions on things or try and get you to change how you feel. But what we do want to do is try and help you better to control your thought processes, help you to get through your emotional challenges right now. and give you back some kind of control that's going to make you feel better. And one of those things is, like I said, a safety plan. S.O.S has been with Back to 60 almost from the start, and we're not going anywhere. Okay, well, we're going to be here for you ladies. And what I was thinking earlier on, and Joe, you might want to answer this, I was thinking about maybe another survey might be useful before the court date next month, just to get sort of some general feedback on women's thoughts and feelings during the corona period, on top of the deferred pensions. So let me know what you think, but it might be quite useful. Ladies, let us know what you think. Do you have things you'd like to say? Do you think that we should run another survey about sort of how coronavirus on top of the pensions has made you as women feel emotionally? How has it impacted you? Has it impacted upon you? It might not have impacted upon you. If it has, though, do you want to tell us about it? So let us know. Okay, what's that, Katrina? Let's all join in to clap at 8 p.m. to spread huge positivity to win the court case every Monday in our own homes. What a brilliant idea. I think we should have a clap for pensions. What do you think, ladies? That's a fantastic idea. And it's things like this that we can do, and it helps us collectively and individually to lift our mood and make ourselves feel a little stronger, a little bit more able to cope, and anything that does that has got to be brilliant. So I think, yeah, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Why don't we have a clap for pensions? Joe, what do you think about that? We could start to see how that catches on. Sue, never dreamt I would have to wait an extra 6 years for my pension. I divorced in the mid-90s. Sorry, Sue. Sorry, your message has vanished. Yeah, I think you, like a lot of other people, Sue, absolutely never envisaged this would happen. And obviously, you didn't know it was going to happen. But the main thing is, right here and now, that the campaign is working hard to get full restitution for you and nothing less. That has been the campaign's focus from the very start. And of course, S.O.S are working alongside that to support you and your emotional health. Okay, so anything we can do, get in touch. Linda, appreciate your mental health tips. Thank you, Linda. And if you've got any ladies, any yourselves, because you may well have found ways that to make yourselves feel better and to make yourselves feel uplifted. And if you have, share them, because you don't know how many people just one small tip could help. Okay, so it's worth its weight in gold potentially. So don't be afraid about coming forward and sharing your tips, because it could be the most helpful thing, the most positive thing you do for someone. So please do bear that in mind. Okay, Kathleen, just popping on in the morning to the group. Sorry, Kathleen, your message has just vanished. I'm so sorry. I can't keep up, ladies. Okay, so me too, up early, going into bed to recover. Great initiative, Yvette. So helpful to so many people. Thank you, Sheila. Yeah, that's what we hope. Okay, that's what we hope. We just want to encourage you to help yourselves. Really, that's what it's about. And we know that with the strength that you have, that you can do this. It might not always feel like it, but trust me, you do have it. I've never met such a strong group of women in my life. You're actually quite scary, really, in a very positive way, because the strength that comes from each and every one of you is like, my God, absolutely mind-blowing. So don't ever change, ladies, because of every single one of you that we are where we are today. Okay, so always remember that. When you're feeling a bit blue, remember what you've achieved. You've just got to focus on the positivity. Hope is everything, okay? Hope is absolutely key, right? If you can't hope, what have you got, right? You've got every reason to hope, ladies, every reason, okay? To have that positive mental attitude right now. So please grab it and keep it, okay? It's so important. Every day, this is Jill to Catherine, every day I come home from work, I have tea, then I want to go to sleep. I make sure I stay awake long enough for any live streams there. Love that, absolutely. Got to stay awake for the live streams. But yeah, of course, and it's good. Listen, hey, it's good that you're getting your sleep. Okay, that's the good thing. But we don't want you missing out on these, like I say. So I'm glad you make every effort to join in. Sarah, in the current climate, they cannot give us our pension, but they can still pay out other money. Absolutely, I get that. Jambo, thank you, sweetheart, for the comment. That's really great. Thank you. And yeah, I think, listen, the main thing to focus on, ladies, is yourselves, okay? We know all the arguments, all right? We know how we feel about so many things. We know who is in the wrong. We know where things have gone wrong. We know that it's unjust, okay? We know it's discriminatory. What I want you to focus on is you and this campaign now and getting through to next month. That is what I want you to focus on, not what's been, about what is coming, okay? Because I think there's a really positive time ahead. It's exciting. Nobody knows what it's going to bring. You know, none of us can sit here and categorically state X, Y, or Z. Of course not. But I do absolutely believe 100% that we have every reason to feel positive and optimistic. Okay, and that in itself should make you feel like, oh, like you're floating on soft, fluffy clouds. So please, please just keep remembering that. Focus on now, focus on now, focus on now. Let's have a look. Momo, Mac Hawkins is back to 60 units, is back to 60 units and rep. So that's Mo Hawkins, ladies, for those of you who are talking about the reps earlier. I think it was Chris that mentioned it. So Chris, there you go, that's a name for you. But I'm sure, look, all of this information, like the S.O.S information, everything is on the Back to 60 website. Okay, again, a wealth of information on there with links to their YouTube channels, with links to everything, with links to S.O.S as well. So anything you're unsure of, I'm quite sure there will be an answer or an explanation for it on the Back to 60 website. So check that out if you haven't already. So a lot of people just use Facebook. Really important to check the website too. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, somebody just mentioning, and I think it is important just to reiterate this, that risk assessments must be put in place to protect you. I would always advocate speaking to the employer first, okay, because it may be an oversight, and I think it's fair to give them the opportunity to put that oversight right. If, however, they are reluctant to do that, then maybe you do need to consider speaking to a union rep if you're able to do that, okay? But always try and resolve it with the employer directly first. I think that's the most sensible advice. Okay. Stevie, I hadn't even thought about tightness when I go back to work in August after 4 months off. Oh, wait for it, Stevie. I tell you what, probably the first week you'll feel like, you know, like a brick's hit you or something. It's a real shock to the system as things start going back to normal. So yeah, good luck with that one, and let us know how you get on. I somehow feel from your comments, Stevie, you may be spending a lot of time sleeping, so I'm not sure how much interaction we'll get from you, but the best of luck, sweetheart, best of luck. Okay, children are going to find it hard going to school. Yeah, I mean, obviously S.O.S doesn't deal with or respond to anyone under the age of 18. But I have obviously thought and wondered about the impact upon them at such young ages, and how they will cope themselves. And I hope that the schools have got psychological support in place for children, and that they can support them as best as they can. And I'm quite sure that they will. Let's have a look. Alison, society has struggled with lockdown isolation. I've been isolating for 3 years after being made redundant. Alison, I'm so sorry that you are made redundant. That is a terrible, terrible thing for everyone. But isolating for 3 years, Alison, come and have a chat with me on the online chat, please, through S.O.S. Let's try and resolve this for you, okay? And let's see if we can't make you less isolated and feeling less alone. All right, I think it's important that we try and help you here. So get in touch, Alison. 3 till 6, 7 days a week on online chat. It's free, it's confidential, and it's one-to-one. So come and have a chat and let's see how we can set about making things a little bit easier and a little bit better for you. Okay, more about support groups and in particular unions. So you can go back through the conversations, I'm sure. So there's a lot about that. And hang on, I think Joanne has just put another message on. Just 1 second, ladies. Yes, survey. So as I mentioned about a survey, and Joanne has just put survey, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Okay, so ladies, listen, I think it's great to do mental health impact surveys, okay, because the last 2 that we did gave us a real, okay, it was snapshot, it was a moment in time when you filled that in, but we were able to sort of follow the story a little bit, the psychological story that all of you ladies are going through. So I'm quite keen to do another one and just see what we can take from the results. So, but I want it to be about what you want it to be about. So what questions would you like the survey to ask? Or should I say, what answers would you like to be able to be given the opportunity to give? Okay, what do you want to tell us about how you're feeling emotionally and your struggles, or not, as the case may be? So maybe you can either get in touch with S.O.S, so you've got our contact details, or get in touch with Jo herself or one of the admins. I'm not sure. I'm sure Jo will let you know. And let us know what you want to do, what you want us to ask, okay? And we can get that up and running for you. Personally, I think it'd be really beneficial. And the results are always quite interesting, shall we say. Carol, thanks, Yvette and MM. And then you vanished, Carol. I'm really sorry, sweetheart. Pauline, I light a candle every day for positivity. Another great idea. How fantastic is that, lighting a candle? That is a lovely, lovely idea. What a lovely gesture. I like that. I think that's something we could all do. A candle for positivity. And every time you look at it, you just remember how far you've come. And that flame that will not be extinguished, that's like your fight, ladies. That's like you. I mean, I think that's absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Pauline, for that. That's lovely. Leslie, we don't seem to get much reported about our cause on TV, which is a shame, considering all the hard work you put in. I think the problem is, Leslie, with media, okay, it very much is in the here and now. So, I mean, I think we do get a lot of coverage now at specific points in time. So when we're in court, definitely, I know Joanne is rushed off her feet doing television, radio. She's running around like a mad thing. So as are a lot of other people that are part of the campaign. So I think it has definitely increased. I think it might be difficult to expect reporting in between big events, because obviously the news has to work out what the bigger story is at that time, and the pensions issue, whilst it is a big story, obviously they can't report on that consistently. But when it matters, I think they have improved tremendously from the start, when it was very difficult to get any coverage at all. And again, that's thanks to everyone that's working on the campaign. You've created all of that, you've achieved all of that, so pat on the back. Right or call TV and radio stations. Well, I know that Jo is very active on that front, and actually a lot of the time it's the TV and radio stations calling Jo. So when there is something to report, I'm sure they will report it. Leslie, I feel uplifted by this group. And then your message vanished as well, Leslie. I'm so sorry, but thank you. And that's really good. This is what Back to 60 is about. It's about a community, it's about a family, and it's about making you feel better. Pauline, I practice Reiki meditation. Is that Gingong? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. Sorry. It looks like Gingong, but it could be my eyes. I'd be very happy to offer a healing space for anyone needing support. please find and private message me. That's Pauline Parker, ladies. Pauline Parker is kindly offering support and a healing space. So if you're interested in that, it's something SOS do not do. Reiki, meditation, no. However, there are other people that are. And you see, this is the great thing about Back to 60, how it connects you with people that can help you in all aspects, including your emotional well-being. So Pauline Parker is the lady to get in touch with. Thank you, Pauline. Okay, and Rosie agrees, and Sheila agrees, and Andrea Radio. I don't get the message, Andrea. I think I've missed something off. Alison, thank you so much for your time. I love these live feeds. They help to keep me hopeful. You are all marvelous. Everybody is marvelous, Alison. You're quite right. The whole of the Back to 60 team, and the whole of the Back to 60 team is everyone. Okay, all of you that have been affected by the pension deferral. Okay, every single one of you. Okay, Karen, I've isolated since Feb, using annual leave until official lockdown announced. I did my bit as usual. Don't let us down again, government. Okay, well, listen, you know what I think? I think things can only get better, Karen. I really do. I'm very hopeful that we will get on top of the COVID situation and ensure safety for every single member, you know, of the UK. I don't like to think of anybody being put at risk. I think as long as people behave responsibly, we can all get that, and we can get rid of that. So we have to stay positive in that respect. And like I say, I also feel very positive about next month. And I think we just have to retain the hope, ladies, retain the hope. And that is going to make us all feel better instantaneously. Okay, well, there's hope. There is just much better emotional stabilization. So keep hold of it. Mandy, your enthusiasm inspiring. Thank you, Mandy. I think it's kind of like, I do feel it. I genuinely feel it. Feel really positive. So when you feel it genuinely, hopefully it shines through, and hopefully I want to infect you, okay, in a good way. I want to infect you all with positivity, okay, and so that's great. That's great if I'm doing that. Sue, 64 in August. Hoping for good news for my birthday. Absolutely, Sue. Won't it be a big celebration? Thank you, Catherine. You're very kind. And Catherine says her thanks to everyone in the team. Okay, Rosie Adele sending messages to, okay, I think that's something that's part of a different conversation. Lots of people wanting names of their local MPs. If you go online, ladies, I know this for a fact, Google, you know, who's my local MP, put in your postcode, and you'll get not only their name, but you'll get their email address as well. And I'm sure they're going to be delighted to hear from you. So do get in touch with them. Okay, ladies. Listen, I think, goodness me, I can't believe how quickly the time goes. I'm thinking maybe it's a good point now to wrap up for tonight. I'm going to have a chat with Joe about doing another one of these, I think, nearer to the court dates, okay? When we have more information, and perhaps we're going to have more things to talk about, more things that maybe are on your mind. And I hope to be sharing more of your hopes, okay? I want you all to remember that word. So I'll have a chat with Joe about that and see if we can get something sorted out. Ginny, you're very welcome. Thank you. But in the meantime, ladies, please, if you're ever feeling low, I want you to just think about how far you've come, how much you've each contributed to this, and the differences that you have made. And like I said before, you know, you've already made history. And the thing is, you're going to make some more history going forward. So stay positive and be kind to yourselves, okay? It's okay not to be okay. None of us are going to be okay 24/7. Okay, we're human. We're human. But you know, there is support here, whether it be SOS, whether it be the network with them back to 60, there is support, and I don't want anyone ever to feel alone or lonely, because you really aren't, okay? So thank you very much for joining. Thank you to Joe for